בוקר טוב חברים. Good morning. We're up to קהילת פרק י"א פסוק ז'. ומתוק האור וטוב לעיניים לראות את השמש. פסוקים here talks about after we learned in the previous Pesukim that a person should grab the moments whenever you get a chance, do what you got to do and do it right. King Shlomo after he's telling us that whoever does tzedakah and learns Torah and he does mitzvot, Hashem promised us reward. Now in our pasuk, Shlomo HaMelech talks about hasachar, and he compares the reward of doing the mitzvot lema, lane'imut, the pleasure and the pleasant that a person gets from the light of the sun. Yes. Umatok ha'or v'tov la'enayim lirot et hashamesh. Ma הכוונה? Adam that has light, you see the sun, how happy a person gets when he has light. אתה שמח, אתה נהנה. כמו שלמה המלך תדע לך, השכר that I'm trying even to explain to you, אתה לא תבין. But one thing I can tell you, when you see the light, אתה נהנה. אז תדע לך, so you should know that the reward for doing all the mitzvot is huge, is big. זה פשוט הפשוט. However, Rashi takes it to a different direction. אומר רש"י, הוא מתוק האור. מתוק הוא אורה של תורה. האור means learning Torah. ורש"י אומר that התורה, the מתיקות של התורה, the Torah has such a taste. ממשיך רש"י ואומר, ואשריהם התלמידים שעיניהם רואים הלכה. Fortunate are the students that they are in a level that רואים clear the הלכה מלובנת ומחוברת על בריאה. Meaning, כתוב כנר מצווה ותורה אור. A person has to get to a level that the learning of his Torah is so clear. הכל ברור לו. all the סוגיות, כל ההלכות, הכל ברור לו כשמש. You know, the Rambam is called הנשר הגדול. Did you guys ever heard this phrase?
Yes.
תראי מה זה הנשר הגדול?
Great eagle.
מה?
Great eagle.
Great
Eagle.
That's נשר. אז זה גדול.
Big eagle.
The big eagle. So באמת, why Chachamim compared the Rambam to a big eagle? You know why? Because the eagle, he flies so high. And because he flies so high, he sees everything clear. He sees the houses, and he sees the ocean, and he sees the river, and he sees the park. He sees everything clear. Because he's so high, he has everything clear. We sit on the bottom. I barely can see what's behind this building. Why? Because the wall blocks me. I have no chance to see the building. For me to see what's behind the building, I have to walk all the way around to get there. So between an eagle and a person, the eagle sees better. And he sees the whole view. And he sees the whole scenery because he's all the way up. The Rambam is called Nesher because the whole Torah was clear, like a Nesher, like an eagle when he flies. He sees all the houses, all the streets, all the cars. לרמב"ם, כל התורה כולה היה פרוס, spread, כמו שאתה לוקח, כמו נשר, that he sees everything clear.
It only says about that Rambam?
Yeah.
Who's the one who determines that?
The Hachamim in his generation. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Ramban calls him the Nesher Gadol, if I'm not mistaken. Why?
The Rambam and the Ramban were the same generation.
Okay. The Rambam was older than him.
The Rambam was older.
Rambam Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon,
Older.
yes, before him. הנשר הגדול, כל התורה, the entire Torah, היה ברור לו כשמש. Was so clear, the whole Torah. אומר שלמה המלך, אשר הם תלמידים, fortunate the students, שיכולים לצאת and have a clear סוגיה. רצית אתמול בקיאות, that's the answer. עמל, עיון. You cannot get a clear סוגיה if you don't toil. היום קיצור. איזה קיצור? היום יש לך היום, they're learning from עלונים.
Footnotes.
No,
The magazine, the pamphlets.
they give the Shabbatot. From there they get הלכות קידוש, הלכות נטילת ידיים, איפה שולחן ערוך, איפה הלכות.
They're quoting Shulchan Aruch.
Yeah. אתה בעד.
I'm not bad, but
אוקיי, לא בעד. בקיצור, צריך ללמוד מהלכות, לא מהעלונים. But in any event, רואים מפה את העניין של אדם צריך to walk out and know the סוגיה clear, מחוברת. אדם לא יכול לזכות, a person cannot get to the level of תסיר and to taste מתיקות האור, מתיקות התורה, if you don't toil. אין, שמעתם? You can never get to the hana'ah. What a pleasure is learning the Torah. And the taste, if you don't toil. Reading ככה, גמרא, זה לא תהילים. זה לא תהילים. I said today, I asked Isaac, do you get the sugya? אמר לי בעצמות. Right? All the rishiyot, the Yitzhot, the Shabbat, to get the whole thing over there clear?
Yeah, Baruch Hashem.
No, now it's Baruch Hashem. Well, Baruch Hashem. Do you have it?
It took, what, 6 hours on a plane? It wasn't just like 2 seconds.
6 hours on a plane? How can you do on a plane such a sugyot? I believe my husband do one in the house. It's quiet.
Meaning, but, okay, to get, it doesn't, okay. How is it possible? The Chacham told us yesterday, Chacham told us 6 months ago, get through, I'm just finished. Get through as much as possible because, you know, you have to get through. Then yesterday, you have to review to know it because you have to know. If you don't know it, then it's like you planted, but you didn't harvest. But if you want to know it, and it takes one amud, takes a person, let's say 10 hours of work to know amud word by heart. There's not enough time in the human's life to know shas at that level.
Let me ask you a question. How long it takes in first grade to teach kids alphabet?
The year.
A year. So it takes a year to teach a kid how to read alphabet. So, and how long it takes him to read once he knows alphabet?
another year, no?
I'm asking once again. It takes him a year to learn alphabet. And the next year is the nekudot. and then he gets to learn how to read. So let's give him another year. But once he knows how to read, how long it takes him to read?
10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Here we go. Watch this. It takes you a year to learn Aleph Bet. But once you know how to read, it takes you 10 seconds. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Good. You have to know that in learning in Torah, there is what it calls the first baby steps. And that's knowing the Chumash. And then knowing the Mishnayot. When you have the Chumash clear and you have the Mishnayot, once you get to the Gemara, is much more easier. Now, more than that, your job is to learn and to know the Sugiyah well. After 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years, what you did back then and it took you 3 months, now you gotta, whoa, I got it. The person sits and learns Masechet Berachot. He gets the Sugiyot of Tumot, to Ma'asot, Ma'aser Yishon, Ma'aser Sheni, Ma'aser Mina Ma'aser, all the details. It took him weeks to get the whole Sugiyah. Now, he learned Masechet Shabbat, and he bumps to that Sugiyah. Now that he learns the same Sugiyah that he did 3 years ago, 4 years ago, does it take him the same amount, or he knows it?
No.
Yeah, fair. Now, if you're going to do the same thing when you do Chumash at a very young age, so you get already, from Chumash, you get already all the concepts, all the rules. Mishnayot, you can go more to details. In Gemara, how you learn every halakha. But at least you know the background. You know why it's so difficult for us today, Gemara? Because we know zero Chumash. Mishnayot, we don't know anything. And we jump straight to the Gemara. How can you? I remember once, we were learning in school, the Binyamin Amar, Yidid Hashem. So the Rebbe asked, what is this? So one says, in MBD.
What?
MBD. מרדכי בן דיוויד. יש לו שיר, לבנימין, לבנימין. So he knew the words of לבנימין from MBD. And you ask a kid who learns Chumash and he does and he learns to read Sefer Torah from a very young age. So, when it comes to some Hatorah, so you ask him, what is that line of Binyamin Amar? He's going to tell us a Chumash. Better. Some people would going to know the Binyamin from the Gemara, not because he knows the Chumash. But he learned Gemara במסכת יומא שכתוב לבנימין אמר חופף עליו כל היום from the Gemara. He knows the pasuk. So which one is better? The one who knows from MBD or from the Gemara? Lovely.
Why?
Forget it.
What's
Okay.
better? What's better? What's better?
What's better? I mean,
Exactly.
why miss the boat? You said in first grade you learned Aleph Bet, second grade you learned how to.
So should I know the pesukim from MBD or I should know the pesukim from the Chumash?
Okay. Very good.
You got it?
Yes.
You got that? So first you have to learn al pi aseder. Know Chumash well. Learn the V'im well. How much the V'im do we know? Nothing. So if you have the seder right, Chumash, the V'im, Tuvim, when you get to Mishnayot, it will be much easier because you have the background of the Chumash. And once you get to the Gemara, it'll be much easier. So it takes us much longer. But even if it takes us much longer, remember what it takes a year, what it takes a kid, a child, to learn Aleph Bet a year, 2 years after, it takes him 10 seconds. Once you go through, after, it's going to be much more easier and faster. Are you getting what I'm talking to you?
Yeah.
Fair word. So your job is to keep learning. When you toil and toil and toil, Be'ezrat Hashem, you're going to get Siyata D'Shmaya.
We're toiling backwards, though, according to what the rabbi is saying, no? Because we're not.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you do Shtam Mikra B'Hat Ragum,
Helps you read the Gemara, which I.
hold on. If you do Shtam Mikra B'Hat Ragum, and you pay attention to what you read. So there you're getting ready. A big help. So you're getting a big help in knowing the Chumash and also knowing the language of the Gemara, which is Aramaic.
That's if you understand what you're reading. You have to understand the Targum.
The Hebrew, you know?
Some, not all.
Okay, then
The,
do
the,
it.
the reading
So,
of Targum is going to help you. I'm assuming reading Gemara because it's both Aramaic.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, it takes.
I mean, it helped me. So,
Okay.
but I don't understand what I'm reading still.
Pay attention. Pay attention. I told you the story about that's Father Aim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody-
But you see, maybe you feel that maybe you lost the train.
No, I don't. No.
Okay. At least by Jacob, make sure that he does the right way. How old is Jacob?
5.
5. Okay. How much time do you spend with him?
Doing what?
Don't tell me that.
Homework?
No, playing with him ball
Watching Dora.
I'll bet once a week.
once a week. When was the last time you sat with him and did with him out of it?
Last Shabbat day.
Last Shabbat day.
Friday night.
Friday night. And how long?
20 minutes.
It's a lot for you, no?
Not really.
No? So my question is, do you have a plan with Jacob?
No.
Here's a problem. I have a plan at least. What I want to do with Shlomo. I have a plan. So even though I can be very tired, but at least I have a plan. I know what I want, and I know what type of tools I want to give him. I have a certain dream, what I want for my son. So I want to invest in him, and I want to give him. Do you spend the time? If you do it the right way, so if you feel that I have so much to accomplish, I'm behind. Sometimes it's because we wasted our childhood, when I was a kid, or when you were a teenager. When you were a teenager and you didn't invest, that's this age.
I was walking on my block. I saw Rabbi Meir, and he goes, "Oh, you coming from Rabbi Admoni's class?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I knows so much Torah." Because when I was playing basketball, he says Rabbi Admoni was learning. So I said, I was just saying, yeah, he knows everything. The rabbi knows everything.
I hope. Anyway, thank you for the story.
Yeah.
No, it's nice. It's nice.
It's beautiful.
But I wanted to know.
Rabbi Meir on my block. Rabbi Meir,
So I wanted to know that when you get to this age, you think how much I wasted in one day. And you remember the speeches I used to tell you guys all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, look, it takes from a father a lot of effort to sit with the kids.
Yeah.
Minimum on Shabbat. Minimum Shabbat. If not every night before the kids go to sleep. See, I try, and I don't have much time, but I try to sit with Shlomo before he goes to sleep or before he gets, his bath. I try to spend time with him to go over the stories of the whole Shas. There's beautiful books out there. There's a set, it's called Be'ekvot Raboteinu, about 6 volumes. Hillel HaZaken, Honem Agel, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yonatan, you name it. So every day I try, before he goes to sleep, I take him on my lap, we sit together on the couch, and I read to him the story. In Hebrew specifically, not in English. And I talk to him in Hebrew, so when he's going to learn Be'ezrat Hashem the Gemara, boom, he's going to know the story at least from when he was a young kid. So the Gemara has to be much easier for him. So I spent my time with him. You have to know that you have to have a plan. Be'ezrat Hashem, at least, what do I want? And let me tell you guys, don't rely on any school. 0. The school can help. I believe 40%, 50%. But the big chunk of Be'emet, how the kid is going to grow, It's only how the parents raise him. We grew up in a house that there is no such a thing. You sit on the couch and do nothing. אין כזה דבר. My mother, whoa, תיקח ספר, take a book, do something. My father used to tell us, תיקח פטיש, לך שבור פה עצם ביער. Go take a hammer and axe, go break trees. Do something with your life. Sitting down and do nothing never happened in the house. אין כזה דבר בטלה. Doesn't exist there. From a very young age, they trained us, take book. If not a ball, so do something. But do something. Don't sit down and do nothing. הבטלה מביאה לידי שעמום, ושעמום מביא לידי זימה. If you do nothing, at the end, you can do the worst things. So, but you have to know, in the beginning, it takes time. And it's a baby steps. But remember that. It took you 1 year to know how to read alphabets. But now you read, it takes you 10 seconds. Now, even though you know how to read, now you have to understand. So in the beginning, it's going to take you much longer. But after, you're going to start to swim. It'll be easy for you. You're gonna swim faster and you're going to go into the deeper water. But in the beginning, they took you to the small pool. That's how we start up. But know that every time, every piece of Gemara, every piece of Rashi, every piece of Rashi that you know, it's going to help you later. And Kasedava. Every piece of Rashi, any piece of Gemara, any halakha, any information that you could get, it's going to help you. Sometimes you could see it right away, sometimes after 10 years, and sometimes even, sometimes even after 20 years. I'll show you, I'll share with you a piece. I was learning Parashat Lech Lecha. Parashat Lech Lecha. In Parashat Lech Lecha, I want to show you I want to show you this. What was the question? Somebody came to me and asked me a question. What was the question? The question was, the Torah, I'll try to remember the question. He asked me, how come the Torah writes something before it even happened? Let's say you call the police after someone and he was never born yet.
I didn't even know that ever happened.
Okay. So he came to me and he asked me the question. So right away I told him, come, let's open to page 36. On page 36, Pasuk Zayin, it says, "Vayashuvu vayavo el mishpat hikadesh." Okay, and then it says, "Vayakut kosadeh ha'amaleki." Miza Amalek. Who's Amalek?
Eliphaz's son.
Eliphaz's son, which means Esav's grandson, which means Yitzhak's great-grandson. Wait, Yitzhak wasn't born yet. How could you name him Amalek if Amalek is not him to begin with? It says that the 4 kings came to fight the 5 kings, and on the way they came to Sadeh Amalek and they wiped the people over there. But there's no Amalek in the world to exist. אומר רש"י, תראו מה כתוב, אין שדה עמלקי, the last line ברש"י, עדיין לא נולד עמלק ונקרא השם העתיד. So I showed him this pasuk that the Torah many times named places even though it didn't happen yet. Now, I'll tell you this. I did this Rashi, and I remember learning this piece, and I was saying to myself, what this Rashi can help me? Like, I want to know, I'm learning with this Rashi, and it's very important to know Rashi. Okay, I did it. How this Rashi is going to help me in life? Okay, well, where is it going to take me? But I'll tell you this. I don't remember where he asked me, in a different place, in Bereshit, and because I knew this Rashi, boom, right away I was able to give an answer to this question. But I'm trying to tell you, learn. Every piece of information and every piece of Torah that you know, you storage it over here. But one day, boom, it's going to help you. So you have to know also in Torah in the beginning, it's going to take you slow steps. It's a baby steps, but keep going and keep going. And then if you can look behind 2 years ago and you can look at yourself now, wow, I grew Baruch Hashem very much. If I'll take you 2 years ago and now, where are you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Baruch Hashem.
So if a guy comes off the street,
Off the street. Yeah.
why doesn't the rabbi say, sit in the chumash? I'd imagine the rabbi would tell him to go learn with somebody, right?
אז בוא נגיד לך, that's not the order, but you asked me someone from the street, someone from the street.
Okay, he has a
Hold
little
on.
chassidus.
Hold on. Someone from the street that I want to get him to come and learn, he has to get drunk from Torah. The only way for me to take away, his drugs and all the nonsense that he does outside, there is one thing that I can get him, if he gets drunk of Torah. And the only way for him to get drunk, it's only if he learns Gemara. Gemara is going to get him drunk. And the Gemara is going to bring him again and again and again. That Gemara is going to bring him back. Once he's going to be back, now we're going to tell him after 3 years, now it's not Chumash, and Navi, and Mishnah, and Gemara and Halachot.
Can I speak from personal experience? When I was whatever that age, I couldn't stand learning Gemara. But when I used to come to the rabbi's classes, wow, it was changed my life.
And Agil Chalama. The difference between you and I, when you had to the toil, it was hard for you. But when you sit there and somebody's blowing your mind, it's so much easier.
Right.
Is the atzlut.
Okay.
What's the answer?
But I can't speak for everybody.
אתה שאלת אותי, אני אומר לך, זה האמת.
Right.
האמת הוא מכיוון, you're sitting there and somebody did all the homework for you and you do nothing.
Right.
And you're enjoying the Gemara, the class. But now, if I'm going to tell you, come, Motzei Shabbat, that you were so amazed, I want you to write everything down. Would you? The answer is going to be, Joey, no. Sometimes.
Right.
But if I can tell you, and not only to write it down, I want you to open the books and all the source and copy what Torah works here. But hold on, I thought that you enjoyed the class. What's the answer?
Lazy.
That's what. הבנת אותי? הגמרא זה עמל. It takes toil. It's not easy. It's not easy. הגמרא אומרת, ואהבת את השם אלוהיך, how could a person show his love to Hashem? By learning Gemara. שמעתם? Not by putting stickers on the car, but the bumper, ואהבת את השם אלוהיך, sketch. ואהבת את השם, it's not to put stickers. ואהבת את השם, open Gemara and break your head. Give me Midrash Tanhuma, Bereshit, please. That's how you show Hashem love. Showing Hashem love is only Gemara. Why? Because Gemara is hard. It's difficult. Go put it. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does. It's Tzurat Adaf, but it's okay. It's okay. I have it. So I'm a ketu. Thank you. לא מה כתוב פה. איי, 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 מראה, אתה שומע אריאל? לפי שאין... לא, נתחיל ככה. He says here, why Am Yisrael אמרו נעשה ונשמע, and after Hashem had to take the mountain and tell them, do you accept Torah? If not, I'm going to bury you alive. What do you mean? I said yes. So we know that נעשה ונשמע היה בשביל Shabbat classes. Stories, beautiful things. Taking the mountain, and telling the Jews, if you're not going to accept Torah, I'm going to bury you. זה היה תורה שבעל פה, חברותות, 6:15. אומר המדרש, ענו כולם אמרו נעשה ונשמע. אומר המדרש, למה ג'וי? מפני שאין בה יגיעה וצער. והיא מעט, an hour, חלס. אבל תורה שבעל פה, דקדוקי מצוות, קלות וחמורות, והיא עזה כמוות וקשה כשאול קנאתה. And then the Midrash goes there and it says, לפי שאין לומד אותה, אלא מי שאוהב את הקדוש ברוך הוא בכל ליבו, בכל נפשו ובכל מאודו. Someone who loves Hashem, you take Gemara. אכה מעם נועז. אכה אלונים זה ככה, shortcuts. שמעתם מה כתוב? Mishat Hashem, you got to toil, amal. The amal hazeh, whoa, where is it going to take you? Now, I want to take you a little bit to Rabbi Alama Shalom quotes Ramchal. Mazeh Torah. What does Torah does to you? Don't think that if it takes you 1 year to learn how to read alphabet, it's going to take you another year to start to read. In the beginning, it takes a year, and then it takes 10 seconds. But then even the 10 seconds that you know how to read, it's going to take you an hours how to learn to understand Chumash, and days Mishnah, and weeks and months Gemara. But it's not going to stay like this forever. It's not, because you grow, and as you grow, what happens to you? You become much better. Taking notes a year ago, 2 years ago now, you look at yourself, I have notes since I'm 14, 15 on my Chumash. I see my Chumash notes from I'm 14. I write over there. I don't race. I don't race anything. I keep everything. You know why? So, wow. But back then, and I'm doing better. Why should I risk my baby steps, how I became Yonatan Admoni? You got it? And you have to understand, I mean, זה לא שטויות שזה נגד רש"י. זה שאלות ותשובות, שכאילו זה פשוט. היום זה פשוט, בבית נראה זה פשוט. זה חידוש גדול בשבילך. You keep it. You keep and you see how you grow. It just gives you, it gives you a push. You understand? Now, I want to quote you something over here. אומר הרמח"ל, מה זה לימוד תורה? He says, התורה נמשלה לאש. The Torah is compared to a fire. Why? שמע, עידן. כי כאשר תראה הגחלת שאינה מלהבה. When you see גחלת, you know what is a גחלת? A coal. Right? Do you see any fire now? Klum. No. If you regular gahelet, what do you see now? Klum. But in it, it has all the ingredients to have fire, flame, make a barbecue, and cook meat. But now when you see a coal, you see nothing. Good. אבל השלהבת היא בתוכה כמוסה וסגורה. Inside, in it, there is all the ingredients to be a flame, but it's not there because what are you missing? The beginning, the first fire to touch, the spark. However, once you can get the spark on, asher behafiach ba, once you're going to get the spark on, titpashet, ותתלהב, ותצא מתרחבת והולכת. In the beginning, get the spark, and then it's going to get hot and red, and then you see the flame, and then you see the flame, and then you see a fire, and then it spreads, and it eats everybody around him, and it could have a big fire, and it could burn the whole city from one coal. אומר הרב, ובשלהבת, in that flame, נראים כל מיני גוונים. You see a couple of colors. You see the white, and you see the yellow, and you see the red and blue. מה שלא נראה בתחילה בגחלת, but you don't see the beginning in the coal. והכל מן הגחלת יוצא, all what you see, all the fire, all the, whatever you saw, and you see in all the colors, it's all started from this one coal. And all what you got to do is to turn it on. It's the spark. כן התורה, אומר הרמח"ל, so too is the Torah הקדושה, כי כל מילותיה ואותיותיה כמו גחלת. All the words, all the letters of the Torah are like coals. אשר בהצית אותם. Once you get all those words on, you get this, once you get the spark on, כן כאשר הן, so too, לא יראו כי אם גחלים, וגם כמעט עמומות. In the beginning you barely see anything, and then barely you see the flame. אבל ומי שישתדל לעסוק בה, whoever toils, and every day, and every night, and you work on yourself, and you break your ta'avot, תתלהב מכל אות, from every word of Torah that you're learning, you'll see flame shall have it, ממולאה בכמה גוונים, a flame that has so many colors. וזה הידיעות העומדות צפונות בתוך האות. That's all the information and all the sodot, all the secrets that are hidden in every word and every letter in the Torah Kedosha. Explains the rabbi. העובדה שאתה לא רואה את האש, the fact that you don't see the fire, it's because שאין לך עיניים ומשקפיים לראות אותה, because you don't have the eyes and the glasses to see. But in here there is flames. There is colors of fire over here. I don't see it because I'm blind. I don't have it. I don't have the right glasses. I don't have the right eyes. אבל זו אש ממש. This is a real fire. בשלב ראשון, in the beginning, כשאתה נוגע ומתחיל לפתוח את הסוגיה, as you start to learn the Gemara in the סוגיה, היא גחלת עמומה. It's a very cold coal. I don't see anything. העמקת בהבנה ראשונה, as you start to go deep the first time, whoa, נהיית אש. The סוגיה gets to be a fire. העמקת עוד יותר בלימוד התורה. You went even deeper. חזרה עמוקה, סיכום, מה מחלוקת ועוד קושיות. נהייתה אש אדומה. Now it becomes red fire. העמקת עוד יותר. נהיית להבה, becomes flame. העמקת עוד יותר, נהייתה שלהבת, becomes a huge bonfire. העמקת עוד יותר. Now the fire gets colors. כחול ואדום, blue and red. וזו התורה, לא משל, אלא מציאות. This is not a mashal, this is fact. And he says, כשאנחנו יוצאים מתוך אמונה, כל דבר אחר מתגמד, כמו דוחק הפרנסה וכל קושי אחר. If someone puts his mind in Gemara and you toil, nothing in life will matter to you. Not parnasa is going to bother you. Not all the nonsense that people talk to you, let them talk. Your mind is not there. I don't care what people talk, and I don't care what happens. So don't mind any team. Yes.
How do we get the wife on the same level?
I'm sorry?
How does a wife get on the same level?
You be the right example. When the wife sees a true husband, it's not only how you learn, it's how you take the Torah into action. When a husband is learning Torah and in the middle of the night, the wife is tired and you don't care to get up and to help with the baby, where is that Torah? Because a true person who learns Torah, where is the Hesed? Nothing to do with the wife. It's to do with the child. Once again, this is where all the nonsense starts in the house. I'm working so hard. It's her job. You're a loser. What is this has to do with her job and your job? You have a child. Let me get up to do Hesed with him. It's not about the wife. It's about you got a child and I'm getting up to do Hesed. That's how you have to look at it. And if that's how your Torah is going to take you, Habibi, she's going to tell you you're an angel at the Malach. Shamata? But if we take the Torah as an advantage to run away from the house and not to help the wife, Zelo Torah, Zelo Haim Ze Mavet. The same Mavet, it's poisoned. So be'emet, the true Torah that gets into someone's body, his neshama, he has to change. And he's going to change the way he's going to treat his wife. He's going to be so careful with her needs. He's going to be so careful with her emotions. He's going to be so, where's the baby? I'll do it. You go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's my job. No. You know where the Shalomite starts? It's your job. It's my job. Irrelevant when you have Bemet true Torah. When you have Torah, it's my job because it's my Hesed. I don't want to take this away from me. I want to do Hesed. You know what's the difference between a cow that has a calf that takes care to a parent who takes the kid to the doctor? One thing. If I'm a cow, so I have emotions. I like him. But if you're Ben Torah, if your Torah is part of your life, do you know why I take my child to the doctor? Because this child, this Jew, he's sick and he needs someone to help him. His baby, he cannot reach to the doctor. Let me take him to the doctor. It's not your job. I don't want to lose my opportunity of Hesed. If that's how you Ashkafa, no question that she's gonna change. The whole house is gonna be different. You know if they change, be an example. Ramoshe finds in our parasha. It says Abraham Avinu telling Omer Ishmael, so the Torah brings down every mitzvah that Abraham did by himself. Hashem gave his children, from him. Hashem gave them the man and the meat.
Yeah, you said the man.
Right.
Okay.
But every mitzvah he did through Shaliyah. So Hashem also paid his children through Shaliyah. So Ramosha has a beautiful on it. It says Abraham Avinu is telling Ishmael, he tells the Na'al, by Mahela asked to do it. So because he told Ishmael to do it, and not himself, Hashem paid Abraham's children al the Shaliyah, and not by himself. But Moshe has a question. What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference if Abraham or Ishmael, at the end of the day, the guest got his food, right? It's why Abraham told Ishmael. So lehanech et Ishmael. Moshe says, Habibi, you want to do Hinuch? Don't tell your kid. Do it. You hear?
But that's Soter.
אז אוקיי רגע, השתבש על הפירוש הזה. אבל זה מה שאומר מוישה. אומר, חינוך, not by words, show example. The biggest way to, I don't have to change my wife. I don't need to change my kids. Be an example. They want to copy you. You know, a kid who sees all the players playing, he doesn't want to change. He want to be like him. Don't change. I want me to be like him. So when a father he sets examples in the house, you don't have to change them. I'm not trying to change anyone in my house. I want to change myself. So automatically that's how the kid's gonna be.